Hello, here we are. A bit of a false start there. Welcome to Take Two Tuesday. I have been scrambling here the last couple hours. You can see my setup is a little bit different. I better make sure you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? You can, I think. Hi, everyone. Let me know if you can hear me. I just want to double check because I redid everything here, a bunch of things. So I want to make sure you can hear me. Let me know on the chat. Welcome. I'll say hi to some of you, and I want to make sure you can hear me okay. Hi, Gloria and Bonnie and Blue Jay and Frank and Sharon. Hi. Deb, Eleanor, Karen, Damari. Welcome, everyone. Jill, Sylvie. Awesome. Welcome. We can hear. All right. Thanks for letting me know. So before, my behind the scene was over there. So I just kind of rotated which way did I go? So my computer used to be over here and it'd be facing back. And so I rotated everything over here. And it doesn't seem like much, but it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. All these crazy wires and cleaning things up. It was a mess in here. What I'm trying to do is this is part of our office area here in the front at the Stamps of Life. And this room was just full of junk. So I was trying to clean it out because if you didn't know, in early May, I think it's Saturday, May 4th, we are having let me check the event schedule. We're having a store day here on Saturday, May 4th. So that's a little ways away, but I wanted to give you plenty of time to plan ahead. If you are in Southern California or you want to come out and see it, it's May 3rd. Saturday, May 3rd. Stephanie's going to be here, right here at the Stamps of Life store in Laguna Hills, California. And we are going to have a fun time. So I'm hoping that some of you will maybe make a big trip and come out and see us. Stephanie's going to do a live demo that day. We'll just be having some fun, hanging out. There'll be shopping, and it'll be a great time. So save that date. It's far away, but I had to get started right away. So I'm doing my part. There's going to be more shopping area than last time. And I will make sure last time I only had one cash register open. And that didn't work out good because you guys had to stand in line extra long. And I had in mind to do 2 cash registers, but there was a problem because electronics. I'll blame it on electronics on that one. All right. So yeah, you are welcome. No, Shelly, don't say, I wish I could come. You could do it. You could do it if you want to. I'm just teasing. But anyway, we have a super lot going on before we get started. And I do want to get moving fast because we do have so much to do today. We have a few different dies to look at. One's a little complicated and a couple of them are real simple. So we'll take a look at those. I'll demo those for you, or at least show you some ideas. I won't really make full cards with them. This is Take Two Tuesday. My name's Ken. I'm here at the Stamps of Life. If you're new to us, we want to welcome all of you. Most of the names I'm seeing today, I'm familiar with. So it's nice to have all of you here with us. But yeah, Take Two Tuesday, what we do here at the Stamps of Life every Tuesday, or almost every Tuesday, we go back in time and we take a look at some items from the Stamps of Life. We sell dies, stamps, ink pads, card making, card die sets, all that fun stuff, cardstock, embellishments, all the things that you would use to make cards, or maybe a scrapbook page, or maybe you just want to have some kind of DIY paper craft. We do all those things here, the items for those. So what we do is sometimes the items that are a little bit older get forgotten about. So we take a second look at them, or take 2 look at them. And this is a reminder for a lot of you who have these items that you want to get them out and use them. And for those of you who are a little bit newer to the Stamps of Life, maybe this is the first time you've seen some of these items. So that's the point. And we shared some fun time together. Today, I do have a new game for us to play. We'll try that out. I have some fun facts about sheep. So that kind of gives a hint at one of the items we're going to look at today. And then what else? We will we'll have our good news segment at the end. That's our little Bible devotion time. And we are going to be in Proverbs chapter 1. We're just going to pick one verse out of Proverbs chapter 1. Proverbs is great because it has a lot of practical living ideas for us that God hints that, hey, if you do these things, it's going to be really good for you. And if you don't do these things, it's going to cause some problems. So we'll start off in Proverbs and kind of just a little intro, and then we'll do the devotionals. Will probably start to be a little bit shorter because we'll just kind of be looking at one verse. We won't have to do the whole chapter overview like we were doing in Matthew, which was great. But we just wanted to get through the book of Matthew and kind of pick some highlights. But in Proverbs, we'll kind of bounce around. Mostly we'll go in order. Proverbs 1 today. If you want to read ahead for next week, maybe you read you'll have a whole week, chapters 1 through 3. We'll probably cover something in there. And what's fun about Proverbs is there's 31 chapters. So for the months that have 31 days in, if you just read one chapter a day, you're going to get through a whole book in a month. And for the days that are 28 or 30, you could just double up on a chapter or something like that to get through them. But it's good for us. It's good for us. So we're going to do that. All right. So I want to, if you haven't been on the website lately, well, there are new items. We'll kind of bypass that because it's a few days ago. On the 7th, we released new items. Those are on the Stamps of Life website if you want to check it out. But for you to know what's real important is tonight there is a special live event with Stephanie. The magnetic storage sheets are finally here. So if you haven't heard yet, make sure you set yourself a reminder because Stephanie is going to introduce them tonight along with a couple other storage options. And that is going to be at 5 p.m. We'll be on YouTube, Facebook, and should be on Instagram. That will be live later on today. So set yourself a reminder because we're going to have fun this afternoon. So you get me here in the morning, and well, some of you it's afternoon, and then Stephanie at night. So it is a fun day to look forward to. So we're looking forward to that. A lot of people have been waiting for these magnetic storage sheets to come about, and they are finally here. They're going to be on the website a little later today. Stephanie's going to show them off starting at 5 o'clock tonight. That's our special online event. So make sure you check that out. Let's see what else. If you are a Card Kit Club member, our next kit is going out this upcoming week. Oh, I have banners. Why am I not putting this stuff up? I spent all this time working on these things and then I kind of forget about them. So let me do this real quick. So if you don't know, we are watching Take Two Tuesday. I should have put that up first. And then our special event I just talked about, that will be coming up tonight. And if you are a Card Kit Club member, that's what I wanted to mention next. The kit is being packed right now. And we've been adding freebies to each kit. So if you're in the card kit, you're going to get some extra surprises this month. There's going to be 2 items in each of our club members' card kits that are free gifts from me this time because I have a lot of extra inventory here at the Stamps of Life warehouse here. And I don't want to just trash it and I don't want to store it anymore. See, I had to clean out this room so I can give you guys stuff. So that is going to be the plan. You're going to get free gifts in your upcoming card kit. And you know what? We plan on doing that for at least the next 6 months. I have a lot of stuff here. So if you are a Card Kit Club member, you're going to be getting some extra surprises. Now, if you're not in the club, this would be the perfect time to join because you're going to start getting these extra freebies. And I bet they're things you don't have. And if it happens to be something you have, you can always share it with a friend, regift it, give it away to somebody else. But I bet like 99% of these things you're not going to have. That's my guess. I could be wrong, but let's see what else. I wanted to mention, I did that special event I have. What else did I want to say? Birthday rewards. I went to my email the other day. Let me see if I can find it to show you. I won't show you all my emails in case there's any top secret stuff in there, but I'll let you see my email. I received this email from the Stamps of Life, and it has to do with my birthday. Now, I'm not really a club member, but I have an account, so I can kind of share and experience what you guys experience. So let me go ahead and switch over to that. So in my email box, and I think everything's kind of backwards, so be a little patient with me today. I might get things crisscrossed here because my computers are opposite and my work area is really close and everything's a little bit different, but bear with me. And I think I can get through most of this. Let's go ahead and, whoops, keep that off. No, that's not working. What is going on? No, we don't want that. Why did that happen? Oh, there we go. Sorry. So in my email was a birthday announcement for me. What did it say? Don't forget, you have like a birthday gift, I think it said in the headline. Hip, hip, hooray, Ken, it's your birthday. Let me see if I can pop in there on the screen so you can see me. And so I received this in my email, and it says 10% off our website with this code. So very nice. You could get this too. Well, how do you get this? How do you qualify for this? So I want to make sure you guys know about this. If you go to the Stamps of Life website, I'll show you how to do it here real quick. You're going to hit the stampsoflife.com. And I did have a nice birthday tomorrow. I'm going to show you some birthday cards too, you guys. Some of you sent me birthday cards, so thank you. So here is the website, and you're just going to go ahead and sign in. So sign into your account. You all have an account. If you're a club member or you've ever shopped with us, you should have an account. I'm going to log into mine. And you just sign in. Hit that allow cookies. And you'll go up to the top right there where it says my account. And go ahead and click on my account. And then I believe it's right here. Let's look, because this is the part I'm not 100% sure. Account information. Click on that one. And there it is. Date of birth. So if your birthday is not in there, you want to add it, because that's how you get that little extra gift sent to you. And it's a nice way for you to get a little extra savings. So if you are a club member and you already get 15% or 20% off, now you're going to get an extra 10% off when you use this coupon. And I think it's good for a limited amount of time. So you'll want to watch for that email, but make sure you are signed up for it, because, hey, it's your birthday. Why not get a little gift from the Stamps of Life? So just add it in there, date of birth, and then you would click save. And you're set. You are set. Whoops, nickname, I didn't do that one, so we won't worry about that. If I wanted to add to the gallery, I could do that. So that is it. Pretty simple. Make sure if you haven't signed up, do that. All right, Gloria just had her birthday, March 7th. Happy birthday to you, Gloria. Well, we're going to go right off of that. And let me switch back over to my main camera here. A lot of you sent me birthday cards. I showed a couple of them last week. And I do have a few more to share. I want to show these off. And I'm going to, if I can see in here, oh, my glasses are not here. This is terrible. And all this moving, I do not see glasses. This could be bad. So let me look for my glasses real quick. Hang on. I'll be right back here. Let me turn this off. Where is it? Not that one. Okay, let's go ahead and hide that one. And let's put the take two back on. Give me 1 second. I'll look for my glasses here. I might not need them, but just in case, they should be close. They should be close. I tried to keep everything in here that I was working with as close as possible to Weesh, I'm back. Sorry. Sorry. I did find my glasses. I don't know if you heard that part, but my camera just decided to disconnect itself. I did find my glasses. I'm back. Sorry about that. Like I said, my whole setup just said, hey, your camera's gone and my microphone is gone, but it was all connected just like it was, but it decided not to work anymore. But anyway, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's see. So we should be back. Oh, good. Let's continue on. I found my glasses. I have the birthday card. So let's take a look at those. Let's see how this is going to look over here. So my table is a little bit different where I show the cards. You can see me over there on the camera too. So let's see how these look. Not too bad. Not as bright as they used to be. Okay, here we go. So this is a happy birthday card from Dawn in New Jersey. Thank you, Dawn. A little bit crooked. Let me try to fix these guys. All right, thank you, Dawn. And let's see, we have a few more here. This is a hello, it says, and happy birthday. Nice card. Nice card for me. That one was from Terry she's in Michigan. Terry in Michigan. And then I got this cool happy birthday card here from Elizabeth in New Jersey. We got a few New Jersey people. Thank you, New Jersey. That seems a little bit bright. Let me see what's going on here. This is going to help or make it worse. That might help. And here's a nice happy birthday card this is from Jill, also in New Jersey. And then we have L in New Mexico. Yep, L in whoops. Am I doing that right? There we go. L in New Mexico. Karen, you share a birthday with me. Happy birthday, Karen. Awesome. And I've got a couple more. Hope your day is as bright and as tropical as sunset, as a sunset. That's a nice card from Chris. Chris from our design team. Thanks, Chris. And one more happy birthday card. This one says, hi from Sally. And Sally is in Illinois, so across the country. There it goes again. Wow. Okay, back. So yes, I don't know what's going on with my camera connection, but it is just deciding every once in a while to just cut out and disappear. So there's a few cards. Thank you, everybody who sent in cards. Awesome. I forgot my icebreaker question, and this is because I want to get all of you involved. I want all of you to get involved with us here. And let me switch over to me. The icebreaker question, and I want everybody to answer, okay? Don't be shy. There's no right answers or wrong answers. We're just, my card, that's a little bit off. No right answer, wrong answer. The question is, I even forgot. What is your favorite suspenseful or scary movie? Do you have a favorite suspenseful or scary movie that you really like? This is just for fun. Now, if you're watching at a later time, you can add your comment down in the comment section below. Again, I love to hear from all of you guys, so get involved. Do you have a favorite suspenseful, scary movie? And you know what? I don't watch that many scary movies anymore now, but that made me, this might jog your memories. All my favorites are back like in the 80s and the late 70s. So some of the ones I thought of, suspenseful or scary, The Shining. That was a good one. That was a pretty creepy. Poltergeist. Jaws. That's more suspense than scary, but it is. Alien. And now I'm embarrassed about this one, but Stephanie and I met in 1986. Stephanie and I met in 1986, and I took her. I wouldn't do this again. I took her to the movies, and we saw the movie The Fly. It was kind of disgusting. I think I enjoyed the movie, but I wasn't thinking very clear. You know, we were just teenagers, and I wouldn't recommend taking I wouldn't recommend that to myself. You know how you want to go back in time and tell yourself, hey, don't do this or don't do that. If I could go back in time, I would not take Stephanie to go see The Fly. It was one of our first dates, maybe first or second dates. So I don't recommend that for a date. But do you guys remember any of those movies that I brought up? The Shining, Poltergeist, Jaws, Alien, The Fly. Those are all like late 70s, early 80s. I like in the Alien one. Do you remember in Alien? Oh, you guys have some good ones. Shining, The Birds, yeah. Exorcist was good. What's that one where the Bates Hotel? That's a creepy one too, right? Oh, that's going a little bit too far. Sorry, I'm adjusting my camera here on the fly. You remember in the Alien, did you guys see any of that? Like they're in space and that little alien pops out of the guy's stomach like he's not feeling good, and all of a sudden, and he goes running across the table. That's the highlight of that movie. So anyway, what if you're answering later? I see a lot of good answers. Thanks everybody for jumping in. Hannibal, yep. There's a lot of creepy stuff. Doesn't have to be the super scary ones, but maybe just suspenseful too. Whatever you like. But thanks for joining in. We'll have another question for you here later, but let's get started now, okay? I think I've gone through all my information, and yeah, let's head on to our demo and talk about what we're going to talk about here. And after we take a look at this first one, we'll do our game too. The game we have now is called Card Sharks. So I think we can play it together. We're going to give it a try. All right, okay. I'm not sure if I 100% understand how it works, but I think we can figure it out. Okay, I have to switch banners here. Let me find that. Can't use any of those. Nope. Oh, I'm going to run this one for a second. Smash the like buttons for us, okay? We need that. This is how people find us if YouTube or Facebook sees that we have a lot of interest. So if you can like or thumbs up or heart, or if you want to share it, great. That helps us out a lot. So we appreciate if you would do that. So our first item up today is going to be our Peekaboo Square die set. Now, maybe almost a year ago, we looked at the circle peekaboos. Those are sold out now, but we do still have square and rectangles. And I came across these cards, so I wanted to share them with you. And they are very similar to the circle, but in case you missed that last year, this will seem really new to you. Now, we do have a square and we have a rectangle that we'll look at. They both kind of operate the same. The square is from March of 2021, so exactly 4 years ago. And then the rectangle was from January of 2021. So these are going a bit back in time. Let me go ahead and turn that off. So 4 years ago. Let me show you what I have. And I have some nice samples. This is the rectangle die set. It has a bunch of dies in it. And let me go ahead and find it on the website for us. That's not working. I don't have any paper under there. I lost that's one thing I did lose, or maybe I didn't have it, was I didn't have a mouse. And my mouse pad. I have my mouse, but no mouse pad. So it comes with a set. It says a set, excuse me, 7 dies. Oh, that little word says open. So there's this tiny word, is really, really tiny. That's right in the center. Let me show you on the website. It's right there in the center. It says, does it say open? It looks like it says open to me on the one I have here, but on the screen, it doesn't look like it says open. But anyhow, that's what it says. Or lift, it says lift. I'm trying to look at that. Does that really say lift? That is interesting because mine looks like it says open. I'm going to have to check on that and see what happened. But anyway, there's a little tiny word die in there that says open or lift. One of the two. Either one would make sense. But it's interesting that they don't match. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I count 8 dies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm counting 8. So I think this description. Oh, I know why, because I'm looking at the square. Sorry. Sorry. The rectangle. There it is. It does say lift. My fault. My fault. So the rectangle does have the word lift in there, and it does have the 7 dies. The website is wrong. Ken is right. The website is right. Ken is wrong. Okay. Then so there's going to be some card ideas for you. You can check those out on the website. And then I'll show you the squares here at the same time. You can see how you have these little spots where you can lift up and your little surprise guy can pop out there. Pretty cool. And this is a fun set. Gives a little interest to your card. Not necessarily motion, but an activity, something, it's not just a plain flat card. So it is kind of fun. Now let's go ahead and check out the squares. And now my count will be right. 8 total dies, just like I said. 8 dies in this one. This one has the word open. So one has lift, one has open. And then you'll have some card ideas there as well. You can use this on any size card, an A2. If you want to put it on a fold it, you could do that. These are on slim lines right here. There's an A2 sample. It's kind of fun to mix and match. You don't just have to have one square. You can do a couple different squares. And there's a line of them. You can have all kinds of little surprises under there. So, isn't that cute? Little smile faces. Fiesta for a party. And then you got your openings right there. Pop them open. Boom. Tacos, guacamole, nachos. That all sounds good. It's almost lunchtime here, so those things all sound good to me. Let me show you my card samples that I have, and I do have some nice card samples using both of these die sets. Now you'll see a mix of, there will be some squares and some rectangles in here. I have down the little icon down there in the corner, says rectangles, but there'll be a mix of squares and rectangles here. I'm going to set these over here. And let's try to switch our camera. Hopefully it doesn't go out on us. Let's go ahead and switch. There we are. Okay, and my card samples here. That does really look bright over there. I'm wondering why it looks so bright. Because on my TV, it doesn't look as bright. Okay, here we go. So this says looking sharp, and that is a rectangle shape, and you've got a little heart in there. Fun cactus idea. And here's some candy ideas on this one with a rectangle as well. And it says, candy makes everything better. That's a cute one. See if I can turn this light down just a tad. Maybe it's just a little bit too bright for us. No, not that one. Let's try that. And then another rectangle card here. And that's got our little B set. Let's see how that one opens right there in the middle. And it says, you are sweeter than honey, right on the inside there. And then we have a happy birthday rectangle. There's that little guy. That's a fun one. I like that. Little surprise inside there. And this one says, happy Easter. Or this is an Easter. Hello, it says lift. And your little bunny's in there. That's a cute one for Easter time coming up. Let's see, can I move this closer? Maybe that'll help. No, I can't move it closer because now I have a big, all tall, slim line. So let's see. I'm going to have to back it up a bit. Back it up and see if we can get that top spot there. Fantastic. It says down there at the bottom, it's got some little fish characters. They left this open. Fun idea. So kind of mix and match. And then you add some little sea turtles up there at the top. That's a good one. And here we have another rectangle. Now I thought I had some squares, but I haven't seen any square ideas yet. But anyhow, they do work the same. And see it. I don't want to break that one. Ooh, that's a fun one. What's the buzz? It says inside there. And one more. I'm going to double check because I thought I had some square ideas, but no. And look at that one. It says, a toast to butter days. Are you okay? So checking in with somebody. Do any of these open? Yes, there's some openings up here too. Oh, one little piece fell out. So they had their little guys up there. Looks like the adhesive wore out on that. Coffee cup. And what else was there? Let's get a, oh, it was a let's get a coffee. Awesome. So those are the ideas I have here. And let's see what we can do with this. So I did not have, since I didn't have any, actually have any square ideas, I think I better try this out and test this one, right, for our little workstation area. Now, I'm really close to my table now. It's actually right here. So I just have to switch over cameras, but I will stand up and make sure all the lights are on as well. So let's do that while we kind of demo this. And hopefully I have a better angle to keep an eye on my camera than I did in the past. Now, this table is a little bit smaller, so it's going to take some time to get used to that. And it's a little bit dark there, so let me get this other light on. That should help. And I've got to get myself a little extra space. So let's clean things up here. Move that out of the way. And then right after this, guys, we'll do our game together, okay? And I need your help, so be prepared to participate in this. Ooh, it's a little too much zoomed in. Let's zoom out. There we are. We have our die set here, or our die cutting machine. If you're new to card making or paper crafting, this is called a die cutting machine. It basically takes metal and pushes it into paper, these little metal blades. It'll push it into the paper and it will cut out a card or a image as far as a shape. Different things you can do with the die cut machine. You can also use it if you have embossing folders to emboss. That's another option. There's that. It looks like it's bright enough. Yeah, I think it looks okay. So we have our machine here. Now I have, if you remember last week, we made a gift card, a pop-up gift card. So I'm going to use that as the base of my card. And what I want to do is add a card front. And I have this little guy. And you could have any character in here, or you could have some words or something. I just want this guy to be able to show through. So I need to add a card front here and with a window that will pop up. So I'm going to try to do that. Let's get something. Let's get a fun color, maybe like a light blue or something. Ooh, my colors are all off because my lighting is a little bit different. I'm not sure if I can recognize my colors as well. Let's see, what can we do? What can we do that will kind of look good on that? What is it? Dark, real dark blue. Let's try to find another blue. I think this is blue. Maybe blueberry. Let's see. Oh gosh, no, that's purple. Purple. Is it purple? No, I think it is blue. Let's give it a try. If it's purple or blue, that won't really matter that much. So here's my sheet. That looks blue. What do you guys think? Does that look blue? Like blueberry? The lighting in here is a little bit different, so it's throwing me off a little bit. Does this look like blueberry to you guys? Blueberry? It definitely looks blue. It's not purple, right? It's not purple. Okay, so we will go ahead and we're going to run this through our machine. What did I do with my dies? There's the squares. And we're going to just grab a couple. This guy's pretty big, so we're going to use the larger square. And see if he'll kind of peek through there. That's good. And we'll add a couple little squares just for fun. We won't decorate these squares, but to give you an idea how easy this is to do. Again, it really is super easy to do these. Let's go ahead and do that. And that'll give us a couple different sizes. This will be for our card front. So I need to have something that will fit on the front of this is an A2 size die that would fit exactly on this card shape here. So that's going to work. And we're just going to add that here. Let's set these off to the side. And here we go. So that will run through like that. We want this die to be at a little bit of an angle to keep away from our speed bumps. Now, I'm not going to be worried about being perfect on these, but let's go ahead and add the big square there in the center, and I think there's room enough for these little ones. Now, if you really wanted it to be precise and to look extra nice, and you wanted these little squares to stay in their correct location, you would probably want to take some washi tape and tape them down. But for the sake of time, we're just going to go ahead and run these through and do our best to keep them in place. But knowing we're not actually giving this card out, I can already see this one is a little bit off and it's going to bother me. So let's just get that. All right, this will give us a good starting point. And we're just going to run that through just like that. Nice and smooth. And those squares are all going to cut out little window boxes for us. So here, let's see what happened. Now, one thing I do want to see is how the little, I'm going to lose all these dies. They're small, right? So I'm going to lose these, trying to keep everything organized. So here's our card. And great, look at this. We've got a box here in the middle, and it opens up like that. We've got a top box here at the top, opens there, and one right there as well. So we've got our 3 boxes. Maybe we have a little phrase we could add in there. We have our big character here, and maybe there's some small item we could add into that box if we wanted to decorate fully. We're just going to worry about getting this guy here lined up in the center. Now, I did want to know, and let me look at my samples to see. Okay, so they ran this, they did the lift underneath the tag. I was wondering, do you put it in here? But then you would see what's underneath. So they added the lift down here separately, not on top of the actual die cut. So that your word, your lift, or your open, you want to use separately. And that's just to help the person know that you gave the card to. They might not know that something is hidden under there. So let's go ahead and get some adhesive on here. I have some adhesive over here on the side. We'll run that there. And let's our box is kind of in the center. So let's kind of put our little guy here in the center as well. We'll put some adhesive on him. And we're going to add that right there in the center. It's going to be pretty close. We could adjust it. It's not fully on there. And then we're just going to add, this would be our card front. And these could be any color combinations you want, whatever colors you like. I'm just using blue. I have that dark blue here, using a card base that I already have. So here's my card, and open up, boom, there's my little guy. Awesome. Isn't that cool? You could put the little lift or open right there. So if you want to add something there, easy, easy. Let's look at one of our other samples. Show you these here. Again, a sample on a slimline card. This is really nice. These are, again, using the rectangles and much more decorative than mine. So you can really go crazy with this and have so much fun with it. Has that nice background layer underneath there. And then also opens up. You've got some of your characters down there. And thank you, it says, like a thank you card. Let me show you one more option here. And again, here it's using the rectangles. Mine was square, but you have the option of getting the rectangle set too. Or if you already have these, you're just using what you already have. But don't forget about them, because it just gives that little extra interest to your card. Extra interest to your card. So I hope you like that. Very, very easy to do. You can decorate, have fun. You could add these to the inside of your card if you want. Just all kinds of good stuff like that to do. This might also be fun for maybe if you're making not necessarily Advent, but the same style, like an Advent calendar or something like that. You could just do a whole bunch of boxes around there and have the days of the month, maybe for one of your kids or a grandkid or something like that. You can make a fun little calendar out of that, where they could each day of the month open up a little square and there would be a surprise in there for them. Something to think about, different ways maybe that you could use the dies than you had thought about originally just on a card. Of course, it works great on a card, but on a scrapbook page, it might look awesome too. Lots of possibilities with that one. Okay, let's see what's going on here. That was nice, right? It was an easy one. And yes, those are available on the Stamps of Life website. Okay, I'm going to shuffle some of these things around. And it's always, of course, any card you make is always nice. When you give a card away and you took the time to, make it and add some extra care, and when you give it away, I think it's really nice. You're thinking of somebody else. We're thinking outside of ourselves. But adding something like this just makes it a little extra special. And it wasn't that much work. It really wasn't that much extra work. You might have already put that character on the outside of your regular card, but here you have a chance. You just put them in the window and it makes it a lot more interesting. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead, and we are going to try to do a new game here. We're going to try our new game. Let me make sure there are no commercials. Oh, it looks like we are ready to play. I'm going to try to explain this because there's two. Let's see. I got to share this, so hang on. There are two things. One part of the game has where you guess, how can I explain this? Where you guess like well, you'll read the question. We have to come up with a percentage of people that we think do this. You'll see the question. And then the person we're playing against is going to say higher or lower. And if they guess it right, they get to flip over a card. I guess you try to get the end of the cards. That's the part I don't understand yet, is how you actually win at the end. But we'll have some fun here. Let me go ahead and try to share this with you so you can see what I see. And I think it's going to work. We'll give it a try. There were some other ones that looked fun and interesting, but they were I was going too slow. I was thinking too much of them all. If we're all just trying to think, that's going to be just, boring. I mean, thinking is good, but thinking on a live stream and not doing anything, that is not going to be so exciting. Okay, I'm going to find the card game, and I'm going to share that. Okay, I think you guys can see that. Maybe not. Let's see. I need to be on that screen, right? Okay, yeah, you guys can see the game. Let me know if you can see the game. I'm going to get rid of that extra banner, and then we'll try to play this game here. Oh, banner of media. Let's hide that. And we can do Take Two Tuesday. We could do that. Okay. Can you see our game? I think you can. I think you can. Let me know if you can see the game. Jump in the chat. Can you see our game? Yes. I see the game. Okay, great. Okay, so we are going to, I'm just going to press play, and I think it will be kind of self-explanatory. We'll see. We'll see. How can I do this? I haven't quite figured this part out yet. So I need to move the chat over here so I can see your guys' chat. But I also need to make sure the screen is big enough so I can see the game. All righty, here we go. And this is just for fun, just to give us something to do. And there might be some questions that I don't have the answers to. So your guys' job is to try to help me out. And yes, I need help. Most days I need help. Usually, what happened? I just lost that screen. Hang on, I'm going to find it. I have two monitors here and it just disappeared. It went. Okay. I think I can bring it back. Okay, got it. All right, here we go. No, don't do that. My computer's trying to do all kinds of tricky things and I don't even want it to do that. Okay, here we go. Card sharks. Play the main round. Play money cards. I don't know how to do that one. So we're going to try play main round. And I think this is what I tested yesterday. Here we go. On this page. Okay, we're playing against We're going to beat this lady, Liberty Hess. Okay, here we go. We asked, now think about other people, how they might answer this. We asked 100 first graders, which is better, winter break or summer vacation? How many said summer vacation is better? So out of 100, how many do you guys think? How many first graders do you think said summer vacation is better than winter? So we can guess. It started as a 50. We can go 20. We can go 80. What do you guys? What would be the guess of how many first graders said summer vacation is better than winter vacation? 50, Barbara says. Sylvie says 90. I'm going for the higher. Nancy says 65. Eleanor says 70. So whatever we get, the other person on the other side is going to say higher or lower. That's how it does it. So I see 65s and 70s, 60s. I'm going to go 70%. Let's try 70. Now I hit confirm. So that's our answer, 70. I'm just taking the average of what I see from you guys. Betty says 100%. Karen says 90%. You guys might be right. Maybe I should move that up a little bit because summer vacation is better than winter. I mean, winter is fun, but let's go 75. So if we're going 75, it makes that person decide, do they go higher or lower? So we're going to confirm. And they said lower. Here is the answer. So the other person loses on that. Now, here is the part that I'm not sure that I understand. You have control of the cards, it says. This is like the second part. So of cards, in a card deck, we have a 10 of diamonds. The object is to get all of our cards all the way across. So we just get to guess. Do you think the next card is going to be higher or lower than a 10? So the only ones that could be higher are Jack, Queen, King, Ace. What do you guys think? Should we guess lower? There's a lot of cards that would be lower than a 10. What do you think? Frank and Sharon say lower. I'm going to say lower too because there's a lot. It's not very close. It's just guessing, but we're going with percentages. 2. Now we can stop there, or we have a good chance to get this right. Since it's a 2, we want to keep going. So we're going to go, if we wanted to freeze and just stop, we could. Maybe it was an 8 or 9 and we weren't sure, we would lose a spot. But we're going to go higher now, right? Nancy says higher. Barbara says higher. We want to, the next card's going to be above 2. Or we want to take one more chance. Do we want to take one more chance? How about on the 4? Do we want to go higher or lower? Higher or lower on the 4? Higher or lower on the 4? Let me know, you guys. Bonnie and Lori and Karen. I think you guys are answering the Barbara. Everybody saying higher still? We could freeze and stop, but I say let's just take a chance. I think, though, if we miss, we either go all the way back or we just go back 1. Let's see what happens. Ace. Ace is higher. Now, we're doing really good. So now we should go, Ace is the highest card. We can go lower, and we're going to get this one. Are you guys saying lower, or should we stop? What do you think? Lower or stop? Lower or stop? Now, Ace is probably like a 13 or 14 now. So we want to go lower. Lower than an 8. Okay. Yeah. Now it gets a little bit tricky. Do we want to stop there? Or do we want to guess lower? What do you say on the Jack? Do you want to go lower or higher, or we can freeze? Because if we get it wrong, either we go back 1 or 2 spots or we go all the way back. That's the part I don't know. How far back? Stop. Shelly says stop. What do you guys say? Stop, or should we guess lower? Let me know. I've only seen 1 stop, Shelly, so I think you're going to get outvoted. You might be wrong, but we're going to try, okay? We're going to go lower. We're going to go lower. Oh, 7. Now we're going to freeze, okay? We're definitely going to freeze because we're in the middle. So let's go ahead and freeze, and now it's going to take us to another question. We're going to freeze right there. Now we get to do another question. Now they're going to answer the question this time. We asked 100 senior citizens, is Imagine Dragons the name of a rock band or a TV show? How many said Imagine Dragons is a rock band? Now, Imagine Dragons is a rock band. Our opponent says 65%. Should we guess on this question about Imagine Dragons? They are a rock band, but 100 senior citizens. How many? That's us mostly, right? We're mostly senior citizens. How much do us senior citizens know about Imagine Dragons? I do actually know that they are a rock band, but what do you guys think? Senior citizens, how many of them know that Imagine Dragons is a rock band? You guys are all saying higher. Okay, I see everybody saying higher. To be honest, I think it's lower, but let's try. Here we go. Nope. You guys are right. You guys are right. Awesome. Now we go back to the card deck, and we're back to that. We're stuck. We have to play it now on the set. Do we want to go higher or lower on number 7? I think we should go higher, but what do you guys think? Let me know. We get this last card. I think we're the winners. We are the winners. We'll totally blank this S. We'll be the champions this week. Bonnie saying higher. Saying higher. Higher. He says. Sylvie is getting outvoted so far, so we're going to go higher. Let's go higher. We'll take a chance here. This is kind of risky, but and one. Now, woo! Look at that, $10,000 we just won. Now, just so you know, that's not real money, but hey, we won. So don't be thinking that I am going to be sending you a check, because I definitely owe you guys some. You helped me out on that one. Let's see. I'm going to move that. You helped me out on that one. We won. Is it 10,000 real dollars? No, unfortunately, it's not. But when I played this game yesterday, it did take longer because I kept getting answers wrong or cards wrong. So it could take longer next time. So we played, it was kind of fast. It's kind of like an introduction round, but we totally skunked the other person. Because we got everything right. And yesterday when I was guessing, I was either getting the percentages wrong, and so my opponent would get to control the cards, or I was getting the card numbers wrong. So we did much better. That's because you helped me. All right. Again, this game is on a place you can play it for free. It's called Arcadium.com. I'll put the link in the description down below, just in case you want to check that out. They have a lot of games there. You can play them for free if you don't mind watching the commercials. And the commercials aren't too bad. I just ran through the commercials before we started playing. So when we actually come on live, it is no commercials for us. So that is on a website, free. And there's all kinds of other games that, again, we're trying to exercise our brains, think together, and have a little bit of fun. So we did that. Let's see what else. We are on to our next item. I think next week we'll either do a quiz or we'll do Family Feud. We'll keep mixing it up. We'll come back to this one because it worked. And you guys were awesome. Most of you guys were getting the guesses all right. I think I would have got a couple of them wrong without your help. And I know a couple of you did make some guesses that were a little bit off, but we all tried. Does it really matter if we get them all right or wrong? No, but it's fun. Gives us something to do. Okay, Pudgy Sheep A2 folded is our next die set that we're going to look at. And we're thinking, Jeffrey says he got his HSN shipment. Great. Congratulations, Jeffrey. Now you got to start making some cards. Ruth, don't worry that you're late. Shelly says, I like this game. Nancy says, check is in the mail. No. 10,000? No. I can't afford you guys if I have to send out $10,000, even if I keep a cut of it. So yes, that was only for fun, not real money. But when we win, it would be nice if it was, I have to say. Let me find my information on this. This is about, what is this? I have it here somewhere. Where is that? No, I have this one. No, that's my, it is St. Patrick's Day almost. Where's my sheep? There it is. Okay, sheep Pudgie from June of 2020. Comes with 2 dies, pretty simple. And you know how easy foldits are to do. And I won't actually make a folded out of this today, but I'll show you the card ideas and I'll show you what we can do. Maybe put it on a banner, something like that. So let me see if I can find it. No. Where is it? I lost that one. I thought I had the link ready to go, but it is not there. Where is it? Okay, got it. Open link. And let's jump over to that, to the Stamps of Life website now. And we're looking at the Pudgie Sheep Fold-It. Again, about 5 years ago, June of 2020. You get the 2 dies there. It says perfect for Easter, baby showers, birthday parties, and more. And you're going to be able to see your card ideas here. There is a nice video. I watched it. This was one of our original crafting corners going way back in time. And Stephanie actually demoed this. June, maybe we're on an episode, maybe around episode 20 or something. So if you want to go back and watch an old timer crafting corner, it's right there. You just click that little video and Stephanie will actually make a card with this set. And it is fun. It is a little more time consuming because you can keep it real plain, but you can go crazy and paper piece and really do a lot with this. So you have some options. And these ideas are way better than ideas that I would be able to come up with. There's something like a banner. And there's our big Pudgie sheep with the little one. So great for Easter cards, kind of fun. Let's see, I do have a couple samples here. I think I have one sample that is missing an eyeball, but we'll still show it off. And maybe it's like a sheep that got in a fight or something like that. I don't know. But let's get these samples out because I think you'll like these. And then I'll try to do something with this one in a limited amount of time. Ooh, and there's some fun stuff. Oh, I did have, let me show, I don't want to show that one because it's a something you can't get. So if I show you guys that one, it'll just make you mad. So we don't want to look at that. Okay, let's look at our samples and then we will go ahead and die cut this. And whoops, I gotta switch cameras here, sorry. Trying to clean up here and back over here to where we can see our card samples. And I lost my little stand. Okay, there we go. That looks all right. Sheep, Pudgie, fold it, but lots of other things you can do with it. Let's run through these samples here, and you'll see a lot of nice ones. I'm going to show you these, all from our design team. Oop. Here's one that lost he lost his face. How sad. There should be his face fell off right here. Let's fix that. So this is a fun thing. So give you an idea, here it is, and you can paper piece. If you want your sheep to be all blue, you could, but you just add in a piece from here because all of this die cuts into little shapes. He is missing an ear still. We are a sheep with a missing ear. These have been packed away in boxes or taken in and out a bunch of times, and sometimes things happen to our poor little cards. There's a fun one with a fence die there. Nice decoration. And let's see, this is a great one too. Nice layering and another ear missing. Look at this. These guys have really been through it. Wow. I'm going to have to do some repairs on this. Here's our the black-eyed one. His eyeball got kind of smushed there. Poor little guys. These sheep had a rough time. Here's using some of our wool felt. There's an idea. You can use powdered sugar, licorice felt, A little bit of pink in there. That's a great one. And I miss you. I miss you. My question right now while I'm showing these cards off is, sheep, of course, make me think of farm animals. Do you have a favorite farm animal? What is your favorite farm animal? My favorite farm animal are cows. My grandfather used to have a small ranch in Missouri that he had cows for beef, but our neighbors, who was also my great aunt, she had milk cows on her property, and that was fun to see how they milked the cows. So I always liked the cows. They were messy, but they were fun to be around, and they had little baby calves, and you could feed them out of the big bottle. So what is your favorite farm animal? I'm going with the cows, and especially the baby cows. They have these big old eyes, and they drink out of the bottle. It was really cool. I definitely remember that. I was probably like 9 or 10 when I got to do that. And here's that mix and match where you have the larger Pudgie with the smaller. And our last one on a banner. And let's see if I can get most of that. What is your favorite farm animal? No right or wrong answer. We're just jump in the chat, get involved. Again, if you're answering later, answer down in the comments section below. Okay, I showed you those samples. Whoops. Showed you those samples. I hope you like those. Again, those are way better cards than I could do because this one does take a little bit of patience if you are working with the different pieces. To get the different colors, you are going to have to run this die through several different times. So if you want most of your sheep to be white, you're going to run it through with white cardstock. And then if you want him to have black feet or black eyes, you're going to have to run it through on black cardstock. And you're going to have to kind of piece it together to get the different colors. You can do some color shading and different things like that. So you could kind of really make it how you want. You could add some pink. You can do any colors. Your sheep could be any color you want it to be, but it's going to be require a little more work on your part as far as paper piecing. And that takes a little bit more time. Let's see. Some of our answers were for farm animals: baby goats, roosters. Let's see. I'll try to say names here. Eleanor says babies, goats, and Sylvie says roosters. Shelly says calves. Yep, I like the calves. Lori says horses. Ruth says baby chicks. We'd all like to have some chickens right now, right? We could have our own eggs and save a few dollars. Jamie says dairy goats. Barbara Harold says a farm dog. Terry says horses. Dawn says baby goats. Florence says cow. Now, come on. I know there's more of you out there watching. So if you are if you're watching with us, I only have like 10 answers and I see at least 40 some people watching. Make sure you jump in the chat, okay? Jamie says she uses this for a Miss You card. Oh, good idea. Okay, let's see what I can muster up here with this one. And I did have to practice with a little bit. It was different than I had expected it to work. Okay, so there's our table. And I think, yep, you guys can see everything okay there. Now, why does that look a little bit? That looks bright enough to me. Okay, there's our two dies. Now, on a fold it, you'd basically be working with this outer piece, and you would cut the base, and then you'd have to put another layer over it because you have a straight line across. You know how the fold-its work. But then this piece is a little extra piece that is going to be the fun, where you can paper piece. So let me go ahead and, well, I know we are a bit short on time, so let me see. What time is it? Yeah, I'm going to move along. I took this die and I ran it through to give us kind of a base. And this was the base I created. So I just ran that through one time. We did that. So I've got that piece. That's kind of like our background to our sheep. And you can see you kind of have this ring around here for a background color. This can be any color you want it to be. You could do some shading on it. It had any kind of interest. Now I have a banner. This is, yeah, I think this is the same banner here. And we're going to go ahead and make our own banner real quick. This is the banner nesting die set number 2. So I'm kind of combining a couple things here. Is that the edge of my table? Yeah. So let's turn that back a little. So this is die set number 2 for our banner nesting dies. And I'm going to go ahead and grab out the large die. You can do some layering with these dies if you like. There's all kinds of different sizes. And we're just going to make this one similar shape to this one, but you could also hang these like this. You can run ribbon through it and make a big banner out of it. You have lots of options. Maybe you just want to make a cool banner, and you could also kind of make it into a card if you wanted to. That's another option. Let's see if I can get these out of here without tearing everything up. I'm going to get that one large die. Yeah, no, it's not quite coming out. What's going on here? Okay. Some of the time, this little extra tape in here is holding my bag up. Oh, goodness. What is going on here? There must be an extra piece of tape up here that's holding everything down. Let me see if I can pull that tape up. I should have done this ahead of time. I had no idea it was going to be this strong. Now, why will this die not come out? Now it's getting tied up in the other dies. Oh, goodness, 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 goodness. Okay, that just go. There we go. Wow. That was quite a battle. The dies almost won, but I finally figured it out. Whoosh. Sorry about that. Okay, since we're using blue for our, and I already have that blue cardstock, let's go ahead and try this again. We've got our machine here. Let me get that so you can see what's going on a little better. And we're going to just run this through here. Cardstock, we have one plate, cardstock, our big die. Turn that at just a slight angle to avoid our speed bumps and get our platform straight here. Otherwise, we're going to get all that crazy squeaking noise. And let's go ahead and run that through there. And again, you guys, this one would take a little bit of time. Even watching Stephanie's video, I watched, and it did take her quite a bit more time than I have to do on an episode like this. So I'm just going to give you, a brief rundown on this one. Requires a bit of patience. It wasn't hard, but it just does require a bit of patience. So let's see. I had run this through, and I also went ahead and let's see if one of these guys stayed mostly together. I had ran this through in white, and Stephanie did recommend adding some an adhesive sheet behind, so you can do that. That kind of helps hold all the pieces together. Otherwise, you see how that ear just fell off? This little guy really, really will just all start to fall apart if you're not careful. So I'm trying to do my best to keep him sticking together. And I think that one goes up there. Maybe, maybe not. Okay. We're going to go ahead and we'll adhere. Let's make sure I kind of have this lined up. That's the right way. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll put some adhesive on the back here. Again, just a quick idea. And it just kind of inspired by this one. This is way fancier. Baby sleeping. You got to add your words on there. Paper piecing on there. You would do that. I'm going to add this here right to the center of my banner. And I had this, which has some adhesive on it. Will that stick by itself? It might. It might. Let's go ahead and just try to add that right to the front there. So you can see how that is coming together. Now, say just if I wanted, you have the eyes there. Since we're missing one ear, let's go ahead and let's try to just do the ears in a different color. So I'm going to, just for the heck of it, I'm going to go ahead and pull off this other ear. It should pop out of there. And he's looking good, but he needs, and of course you could do some shading. The eyes, if you were to make those black, that would be a good idea. Pink nose. You decorate it how you want it to be. But I want to add black ears to this guy. So let me find a piece of black cardstock. And I think I had that real close, or something similar to black. I have all my cardstock nice and neat. Once I moved everything around here in the room, I wanted everything to be now somewhat organized. But now that the lighting's all different. It's hard for me to locate all the different colors I want. Now, is that black? It's black enough for us. So he's going to have shiny ears. So let's go ahead and take this through one more time. And we don't have to run it all the way through. Again, this would be another spot where you might want to add one of the adhesive sheets, the Stamps of Life adhesive sheets. You would just take one of these and apply it to the section there that you're going to die cut. It would help in the long run. But again, for the sake of time, we just want to go ahead and run this through. We have that. Where's our die go? Our sheep. Did I misplace that die set? Does anybody see my sheep here on my table? Oh, there he is. I knew it was close. So now I need the inside piece. This is how I'm going to get the ears. We could run it all the way through, and what the heck, since we're doing this, let's just go ahead and run it all through. So we're going to get all the pieces. So if we were making multiple cards, we could use some of these pieces on another card. For the card that I'm working on here right now, I just want the ears so you can kind of see how they piece together. There we go. And I'll show you how it's really, there are so many pieces with this one. You see how they are starting to fall apart already? So let me show you what happens. So there's my cutout. And you can see all the little pieces there. They have already popped out. Now here is, see, I'm not sure I have all the pieces. Let's see. All these pieces come apart. And I see one ear there. Did I lose an ear? Or is this the other ear? I think that's the other ear. So let's go ahead and, so here's the one we are working on. We want to add these. If I had used the adhesive sheets, this would be sticky already. But since I didn't, we have to make them sticky with, and I'm going to check this to see if this does match. Yes, that is the one that matches there. Perfect. So I didn't lose the ear. It just, it had already fallen off. Again, see how many pieces it creates? So you can mix and match with these pieces. So whatever part of your sheep you want to be black, you have the option to do that, okay? We're just using ears right now. I want to make sure I have that lined up right. Whoops. Take my lid off there. That's not working. Let's see. Got some scratch paper here. Okay, that's better. And let's go ahead and see if we can get a little bit on there. And that's just going to fit right there. I think that's the right one. Whoops, I mixed it up, wrong side. Gotta check my camera there to make sure it doesn't black out on us like it's been. So there's one ear. And now I've got to get the other ear, and I'm just double checking that will fit there. And just for the heck of it, I'll try to see if I can get his little eyes in there as well. Again, this is the Stamps of Life sheep Pudgie. And of course, you could make it just like a folded card. You have that option. We also have the smaller version. So there's the ears looking pretty good. All right, let's see if I can help you guys to see that a little bit. So I've got the ears. Now, I wonder if I could do these eyes. I've got the eyes already there. Oh, this is kind of risky for me because I'm not as familiar with the tweezers, but I'm going to see if these little eyes will pop out of here. There's one. Not too bad. And there's two. Okay, doing good so far. Again, I'm not handy with these tweezers, so I'm not exactly sure how this is gonna work. Now I have my little eyes here. I'm going to try to get them to drop in there, and with my big fingers, good luck. This might not work, but I'm going to give it a try. See, I don't know if I can actually, I'm not good at tedious stuff like this. Picking up this little thing and flipping it over. Ha! Good luck, Ken. Good luck. Oh, there's one. Sometimes you just got to challenge yourself and just stretch and try, even though it'd be better if I wasn't doing this live on a live stream. But hey, it's kind of working better than I thought. Is that going to fit in there too? Yes. All right, so very easy. Now there was some adhesive behind here. Or is it going to stick and stay in there? Let's plop those down. Oh, that one didn't quite work. Anyhow, you get the idea. You have your, maybe that is not the right eye. Maybe that's the problem. Let's see. Is there another eyeball here? Oh, there it is. That one. I think I was trying to use a nose for an eye. That's what happened. So let's flip that over. See if that will go in there. And we'll call it a day. Turn, little guy, turn, turn, turn. Ah, wow. There you have it. 2 ears, 2 eyes. You could add a nose. You can add a little black to his feet down there. It gives you an idea of how you can work on this. Again, it's going to take a little extra effort. As much as you want to get involved, you can really make this a masterpiece. Like you'll see some of these. Or you can keep really simple like mine. See, look how fun that is. They've got black, pink. I'm just at 2 colors right now. But you can do it. Oh, missing ear. If you'd like to have a pink sheep, you can do that. And you have a Christmas sheep. All kinds of different options, different things you can do with that one. All right, that is a wrap on our sheep. I keep wanting to say sheep Pudgie, but it's a Pudgie sheep fold-it die set. Pudgie, yeah, I did lose a hoof. That was much earlier. I lost a white hoof somewhere. But if I wanted to, I could have added both. I could have put 2 little black feet because all of the cutouts, when I ran it through black, they're all right. Can I show you? They're all right here. So the little black feet were there. I could have used those if I would have wanted to add it. If I would have wanted his tummy to be black, I could use that. So you have all these extra pieces. You can do as much as you want with that. Okay, that is a wrap on our items today. I hope you enjoyed that. I did have some facts for us about our sheep before. We'll be doing our good news segment next after that, but let's find our 12 fun facts for sheep. And I should be able to find that, I hope. I'm missing a lot of things here. What happened? Oh, maybe it's down there. Okay, I'm going to read these to you. Yeah, I can share the screen over here with you. That'll work out good. Let me do that. 12 things you might not know about sheep. Now, you probably heard that sheep are not very smart. And I still kind of think that's true, but some of the articles I read or the information I came across made it sound like they're a little bit smarter than we might give them credit for. Let me switch that, and then I can do that. All right, there we go. Things you might not know about sheep. Now, this is from, it was interesting. A lot of these facts, not just this set here, but it kept having to do with people in the UK. So I think they must have a big sheep industry or something over there. I'm sure we have sheep in the US, but everybody on the internet was from the UK. But this is funny, just looking at this picture. Don't they kind of look funny? Like they look like their faces are like, look at this guy's face. And it looks like he's in a costume or something, right? Because he has so much of the wool growing there around him. It just doesn't grow on his face at all. But look at his, maybe they trimmed him. Do you think they trimmed him to make him look like that? But anyhow, he looks like he's really in a costume. And look at all that. Wow. Okay, so here we go. Fun facts. Fun facts right now. There are over 1,000 different breeds of sheep. I would have never known that. And the UK has the highest number of breeds in the world, over 60. Wool from British sheep has been prized for over 2,000 years. Sheep are naturally, this is number 2, sheep are naturally friendly. They can wag their tails like dogs, and they form strong bonds with other sheep, goats, and people. So they're friendly. Sheep are known to self-medicate when they have some illnesses. What do they do? Get like a prescription? No. They choose to eat specific plants that they know will help them to feel better. And let me fix my comments here. Oh yeah, Shelby says the Kiss Cut pad would be good on this die set. You're right, Shelby. Sheep are intelligent. Let's see, number 4, sheep are intelligent, have a similar IQ to cattle. In fact, they are nearly as clever as pigs and are capable of problem solving. Yes. Number 5, sheep have excellent memories and can remember up to 50 individual sheep and people for years. Now, when they say things like that, it makes me wonder, are they asking the sheep, do you remember this other sheep? Like, how do they know that the sheep can remember up to 50 other ones? I want to know how they know that. Sheep are very sociable. They are highly independent from birth and like to be in a group. They are able to communicate different emotions through their vocalizing, the sounds they make, and also the way they move their ears. Sheep were considered to be sacred 1,000 years ago, back in the Egyptian times, Sumerian times. They shaped them into forms of gods. Isn't that interesting? Like, people will worship almost anything. And then the Egyptians says also mummified them. 8, a sheep's fleece will grow forever. Depending on the breed, a sheep will produce between 2 and 30 pounds of wool a year. That is a lot of wool. And in the UK, sheep are only sheared in the spring and summer. Sheep have excellent peripheral vision. That is cool. Their eyes are really, if you look at them, the eyes really stretch from the front to the back. It says they can see almost 360 degrees around them without moving their heads. So they can see everything because of the shape of their eyeballs. Sheep lived at the White House. Woodrow Wilson kept a flock of sheep at the White House to keep the grass trimmed. In the 1920s and 30s, sheep often grazed in London Park. Sheep, let's see. They are grazers, so they can, so they can help maintain grasslands. You can just let them. There are some sheep out here close to us in Laguna Beach. I've seen sheep up on the side of the hills. They're just eating all the weeds because sometimes we have fires. You know how we have fires out here. Sheep's wool has many wonderful benefits. It's resistance to dust mites and the buildup of microbacteria. So it's very good to wear. Sheep wool is a natural fiber and it's sustainable, and so it's better for the environment than synthetic fibers. And wool can keep you, it says when it's cold, wool can keep you extra warm. And when it's cool, it can also keep you a little bit cooler. So interesting information there about sheep. Again, my impression was sheep were not that smart, but I think they're smarter. They know more of what's going on than we probably give them credit for. So there is our fun facts for today. And let's see. You know what? Somebody said Shelly said maybe by smell. I think that was something I read in another article, that they are very sensitive to smell. And so maybe that is how they recognize other sheep. Okay, let's find let me go ahead and get rid of that slide. We're going to wrap things up here. We'll do our good news segment. If you have your Bible, we are in Proverbs chapter 1. And where am I? I will be in chapter 1, but where is that? Okay, Proverbs chapter 1. I'm using my tablet today. And so if you are not familiar with Proverbs, it's kind of like a book of wisdom, knowledge. God's giving us direction for things that would be helpful to us. So that is the main point of the book of Proverbs. Now, before we get started, I do have a question for you. What do you guys think about this? Do you think that God wants the best for us, or do you think that God wants to just make life difficult for us? What do you think? Do you think God wants the best for us, or that he's just trying to make life a little more difficult for us? And I'm asking that because we're going to read, and there is a lot of instruction, and for us to do all these things, it requires some effort. So we're going to be challenged. And then at the same time, it would benefit us. So do you think God gives us all the instructions just because he wants the best for us, or he's trying to make life difficult for us? I can see both perspectives, because keeping all of these and all these instructions are not necessarily the easiest thing, but we can do it with God's help, right? So what do you guys think? Are Proverbs designed to bring out the best in us, or just to make a do's and don't, kind of a do and don't list that really challenges us and can make life not so difficult? I'm in the first group. There's no right or wrong answer, because I could see some perspective from both sides. But I want you to know that God really does want the best for each of you. And the same for me. So know as we read the instructions, there might be some wisdom, some things that we aren't 100% in agreement on, but we just have to change how we think. We have to get in alignment where we're thinking like God thinks. And again, God does want the best for us. We can know that. So when you're challenged by God's word, maybe that's something you really want to pay extra attention to. And I know for me, I'm going to try to pick out some of these Proverbs as we're going through that are challenging for me. And because I know that God's speaking to me, and hopefully as I'm thinking these things over, maybe that's something that will impact you as well. So we are going, again, Proverbs is written by King Solomon. He was the third king of Israel. There was Saul. He started out doing pretty good, but then things fell apart. There was David, David. And David is Solomon's father. David had the ups and downs. I think things started out really good for David, and they kind of ended up not so good. Well, Solomon's kind of the same. The Bible says he's the wisest man in the world at this time, and maybe perhaps of all time. If you read his story, he did so many amazing things. He was super wealthy. He seemed to have things going really good in his earlier life. He asked God for wisdom, and God granted him that. And when he made that request, God said he would bless him in a lot of other ways too. But then later in life, things kind of fall apart. God had kind of said that the king should only have one wife. He went out and he married all these other women, and he had just relationships. And so you think of all the family dynamics and all that stuff going on, and he's just kind of doing things his own way. He's not following instructions that he's going to lay out that we're going to read like today. He's just kind of doing his own thing. And I think later on in life, there definitely was a period where he was really, he was like, oh, what is all this life about? It's just empty. But in the end, we're hoping that he did return to God. But this, we all go through seasons, right, where we can be really connected to God, and then we can just disconnect ourselves. But thankfully, by God's grace, we can come back as well. So I'm looking at today at Proverbs chapter 1. Again, this is meant for our benefit. God's wanting to give us wisdom, instruction to help us. We're looking at verse. You are in Proverbs chapter 1, and we are looking at our verse is that we're going to pick out today is it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So this is really great. So if you really want to know how to start off right, if you want to be a wise person, if you want to have knowledge and understanding, what does it say? The fear of the Lord. Now, you think of fear, first off being, oh, we have to be afraid of God, or he's going to punish us, or we're going to get in trouble, or something like that. No, the word fear, and we should have some kind of respect for God and his power, definitely, right? And like he's all powerful and amazing, and we are very limited, and each breath that we breathe is given to us by God. So like our lives are totally in his hands. So we should have some fear in that, and that he is powerful, and we don't want to get on the wrong side of God. But the fear is where we have an awe, a reverence, a respect for God. So that is one key word there. And then it says it's beginning of knowledge. Now we're going to get like facts and things that are really good for us to know. That is knowledge, to have understanding. God's going to give us this information. So we get all this information in, but it says in the next verse, the word wisdom comes up. Now wisdom is taking that instruction, that knowledge that God gives us, and it means we take it and we apply it to our lives. That is what real wisdom is. When we know God has guided us, directed us, he's pointed out, this is good for you, this will benefit you, this is not so good. Now we want to take it and apply it to our lives. That is called wisdom, when we actually start to live by God's instruction. And then it also says, it's the beginning of knowledge. It says it's the starting point. So as we're kicking off this series where we're wanting to get to know what God thinks and what he wants to share with us, this is the starting point for us, is to be connected to God, to have that respect and reverence, fear, like it says here, of God, that we're going to honor him. And this is the beginning point. We could start at all kinds of other places, but if we really want to get the best place to start, it's right here in God's word. So we start to get these principles And we want to make sure that we don't just put them off. We want to start practicing them now, today. So as we read through some of these instructional things that we come across, we're going to want to read it, and we're going to want to meditate on it, think about it some, and we're going to want to find ways to apply it to our lives. It's real important that we apply God's word to our lives, not just read it, think about it, and then let it go. Those are important things to do, but we want to have that application where we're living it out. Now, how can we show that we have a serious fear or respect for God? Number one, I think, is the best way is, like I just was talking about, we read his word and we want to obey it. We want to do what God says to do. That's going to be the best for us. And it's the best way that we can show that we have that respect that we're talking about for God's word. We want to be, in James, it says, James chapter 1, verse 22, it says, we want to be doers of the word. That means doer of God's word, and not just hearers. It says deceiving yourselves. So we might say, I really believe what God says, and I think it's all right and correct. But if we don't go out and do it, we're just deceiving ourselves. It's kind of like we're just disobeying. We're missing out on the best that God has for us. So and again, at the end of the verse, it says, but fools, they despise wisdom and instruction. We don't want to be among the people who are called fools, right? So it says, if we want to be foolish, we're just not going to listen to God, what he has to say. We're going to, I don't know, when we get this instruction, we're going to say, I'm going to do completely the opposite thing. That is a foolish thing to do. So we don't want to be foolish people. We want to be among the wise people, the people who are connected to God. So as we start today, you can read chapter 1, maybe 2 if you want, or 3. Next week, we'll probably get something out of chapter 2. And so let's just start reading it and seeing how we can apply God's word to our life. Really take it seriously, because we love God. And Jesus says, if you love me, obey my commands. And so we want to follow that kind of, it's not necessarily a rule, but that instruction that Jesus said, if you love me, kind of prove it. So let's go out and prove it. Let's not just be hearing God's word, but let's actually take it and apply it to our lives and be doers of God's word. It will be the best for us. Like we talked about here at the beginning, God really does want the best for us. If we want the best for us as well, I want the best for you, but then each of us has to take that step out and start doing what God tells us to do. So we're going to come across a lot of instruction that is a bit challenging and might not be the easiest thing for us to do. But also, as I said earlier, that's where we just say, God, help us. Help us to be the kind of people you want us to. Help us to be able to obey your words and be the kind of followers that you want us to be of Jesus. And not just saying we are, but actually doing it, putting it into practice. All right, I hope you find that helpful today. And let's pray real quick together, okay? Because I think as we start off this series, it'll be a good time for us to spend a moment in prayer. Let's pray. Father, thank you so much for the time we've shared together. We had some fun today. And we're so grateful that wherever we are, if we're here in California or across the United States, or maybe somebody's watching from a different country, that you are there, right there with us. And so as we're opening up your word, we're going to be reading these Proverbs where we get good instruction from you, and we want to be able to receive it and then figure out the way to go out and live it out and put it into practice. And I know that will give us an opportunity to be witnesses for you. We're going to probably be a little bit different from the rest of the people in the world. If we're obeying you, the world seems to be kind of opposite of what you say, but we want to be connected with you. We want to be doing exactly what you would have us to do. So give us the power to do that. We can't do it by ourselves, but just come and fill us with your Holy Spirit and empower us to be hearers of the word and then also doers. And we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, you guys, awesome. Great sharing time with all of you today. I'm going to wrap things up here, and I hope you had fun. Don't forget to join us tonight, okay? Don't forget to join us tonight for, it's not Stephanie's Crafty Corner, but we have a live online event that's going to be exciting. It's going to have a lot of that storage stuff that a lot of you have been waiting for, and Stephanie, I know, is super excited to share that with you as well. So we're looking forward to that tonight at 5 p.m. We'll be on YouTube Facebook, and should be Instagram if everything works right. And we'll check out all that stuff. I'll be there. I'll be kind of behind the scenes. You won't have to hear me yakking all the time, but Stephanie will be there and she'll make it fun. I know that's for sure. So God bless all of you. Don't forget later on in the week that we will have Crafting Corner. And I think even Friday, Stephanie's going to do something. We'll have our new card kit come out. And I think she's going to do a club reveal. Okay, again, for you who are joining us late, comment down below, like, share. I appreciate all of that. It helps people find us on YouTube and keeps our channel growing. And we want to do that. We want to have fun together. We want to share our love for crafting, card making with all of you, but also our love for the Lord too. We really think that is super important. Okay, I'm out of here. Got to get back to work. Have a nice day, and I will find my banner to sign off, and we should be all good. Oh, maybe. Things went pretty good until here. I was stumbling. Where's my, oh, there we go. Okay, take care now. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.